Welcome to this edition of SRJC News, where we're going to be taking a look at dental hygiene, urban ore, and Charlie Sheen. Welcome Thomas and Jessica.
Hello, I'm Jessica Gross.
And I'm Tom Rivas. Thanks for tuning in. On Wednesday, November 18, 2015, an event known as Coffee with the Cop was held in the Bertolini Student Center here at the JC. At this event, students had the opportunity to speak with officers in a relaxed environment, voicing any questions or concerns they had for them. Coffee with a Cop was started in 2011 by Hawthorne police officers and since then has spread across California with the intention of improving the relationship between the police and the community. After an event like that, you're bound to have coffee breath, so let's check in with the SRJC Dentist Program and see what they can do to help us out.
My name is Karina McClure, and I am the second-year clinical coordinator here at Santa Rosa Junior College's Dental Hygiene Clinic. I also provide lecture courses to the first-year students in medical emergencies and pharmacology. The clinical setting for the students is an opportunity for them to bring together all of that coursework that they do 5 days a week in training and finding the science and the evidence behind the health care that they provide. So the clinical setting is a unique opportunity for them to demonstrate their skill level and to improve on it. When they are in clinic, they are assigned to a chair or a rotation duty. When they're assigned to a chair, that means they're a clinician and they have a patient. The students are responsible for recruiting patients as well as providing services to patients who call into the clinic. We do serve the general public. They provide services from basic dental cleanings to deep cleanings or scaling and root cleanings with local anesthesia. They provide diagnostic x-rays, fluoride, oral hygiene instruction. They do medical history reviews. They do oral cancer screenings. They check vital signs. So it's a whole health overview, not just the oral cavity. In the clinical setting, the students are assigned to basically to a faculty member. So there's one faculty member for every 4 students. And that gives them an opportunity to have a really nice one-on-one with their faculty as they're providing patient care services, so they can review what their treatment plan is, what their findings are, and make sure that their process is following all of the science and the evidence. It's a really unique opportunity for them to be monitored and also shown some unique skills and things that they can't learn in the classroom. I think one of the things about our clinical setting is that we really do strive to keep it state-of-the-art. We're computerized, which is really helpful for the students when they go out into private practice, because most offices are computerized now, so they have that ability to work with computers rather than the paper. But also we provide digital x-ray services, which is very helpful, again, in going out into the community and finding that most people have gone over to digital radiography. We have intraoral cameras, which is a nice addition to what the students do, so they have an ability to visually record what they see and also share that information with the patients in a better setting than looking through a small mirror. Once the students graduate from the program, they are ready for private practice. The most important thing for us is that their skill level is high and that they offer the best patient care. I think it's really important for the public to be aware of the services that we offer here, and also that they're very reasonable. The cleanings are $40, and that's regardless of the type of cleaning that you need. And the x-rays are $30, which is a great bargain for especially the patients who don't have dental insurance and they can't afford to go out into the community and get services. Also, the services that our students provide here, even though they are students, they're very experienced at what they do. They put in over 200 hours per semester in their second year alone in clinical time. That's not their classwork or anything else, but that's just patient contact time. And they're supervised by a licensed dental hygienist and a dentist. And so the services they provide are very high quality.
November 15th marked the deadline given to Camp Michaela residents, a group of over 20 homeless activists who were forced to relocate their camp from its West College location. Organizers from Homeless Action established the camp to protest the lack of homeless services offered by the county. Organizers struggled to secure a new location for the camp on private property, but were fortunate enough to be offered a site behind the Roseland Dollar Tree by Jim Letty of the Community Development Commission. Letty emphasized that the camp was only temporary and that it would not impact the redevelopment of Roseland Village.
Hollywood actor Charlie Sheen has confirmed he is living with HIV in a U.S. television interview. "I am here to admit that I am HIV positive," he said on the NBC Today show. He said when he revealed his HIV status to his friends, the truth became treason, leading to blackmail, extortion, and a circle of deceit. "I trusted them. They were in my inner circle and thought they could be helpful. My trust turned to their treason," he said. Charlie claims a prostitute took a picture of his medication and threatened to sell it to newspapers.
Sometime life gives you lemons and you make lemonade, and other times you get Star Wars action figures from the 80s. Let's take a look at what Urban Ore has in store for us.
Well, what is Urban Ore?
Urban Ore is a gigantic glorified salvage yard. It's a reuse facility. We also call this the Urban Ore Eco Park. It's a zero waste facility with the goal of diverting as much discarded material from the landfill as possible. Those of us in leadership roles here do really care about the mission, which is to keep stuff out of landfill. A cool thing about Urban Ore is it was really like the cutting edge of the reuse movement, because it was like one of the first of its kind. And we get people from all over the world that visit Urban Ore, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I read about this place," Not like there's chapters and books about Urban Ore, but it's definitely, it's like on the vanguard of the zero waste movement. My favorite thing, and probably everyone's favorite thing, is just seeing what shows up. Just the fact that Urban Ore is like a museum of the everyday. It's like there's no telling what'll show up. That just ruled, because I would get down and then find like a box of really cool, either some cool like early 20th century like modernist novels, or some cool box of rad graphic novels or something, cool old models of like rad old movies, or people will always bring me like the cool Star Wars stuff that comes in. They're like, "Hey, you want to check this out?" Just be like, "Oh, cool, an entire Ewok village, awesome." Some customers fear that all the good stuff goes to the employees. That's not necessarily true. We just have people that are here every day. Like, we have people that are here for a couple hours, like every day. It's insane. I'm sure anyone will tell you it's probably just the fact that you can see just any like sort of amazing, wonderful thing, and it'll be like Christmas. You just get so excited, and that like any cool thing that comes in, you're like, "I want to buy that," because we get 50% off everything here. Not that you'll necessarily buy it, but just to see that kind of thing, that's probably my favorite thing.
Over the weekend, women's basketball team played in the Merced College tournament. After winning their round 2 game against Merced College, 55-48, Santa Rosa Junior College took second place in the tournament, losing 46-65 in the championship game against Foothill College.
In the Big 8 Conference, our women's volleyball team won their match yesterday against Sacramento City 3-1. We won our first game 25-14, our second 25-20, lost the third 20-25, and won the last game 25-18. Stay tuned for their next game, which will be on Tuesday the 24th. And now in football news. In the final game of the season, Bear Cubs football took a devastating loss against Diablo Valley College. Diablo Valley nearly won with a game-ending field goal in overtime. Let's take a look.
overtime. The Bear Cubs take the football first, but on their very first play in overtime, this pass is intercepted by Kyle Trego of DVC, and Trego returns the ball all the way out across midfield, the only turnover of the day. DVC can hardly move the ball, but it doesn't matter. Brendan Brown pops the field goal through, and that will do it. A 37-yarder, and the Vikings celebrate the win. A terrific football game. Diablo Valley College wins it in overtime, 35-32. However, the Bear Cubs would still get offered a home bowl game facing Modesto College next Saturday at 5.
What a game. I wish I could have been there.
Agreed. Now the next game is against Modesto this Saturday at home at 5 p.m. It's the North State Bowl, so don't miss it. Let's go to Tevin Woodward with our weather forecast.
How's it going, everybody? It's going to be pretty good weather this week. About 50 degrees on the west coast and getting colder as you go north. And as usual, Florida's got the best weather, around 84 degrees. And the East Coast experiencing something pretty similar to the West Coast. So weather's looking pretty standard for winter. And let's move on to that 7-day forecast.
Where are we going to?
And today, have pretty good weather compared to last week. Looking at 75 degrees and partly cloudy throughout the week a little bit, but staying around 70 and dropping down next Wednesday to around 60 degrees. So it's going to be a pretty good week. And let's kick it off back to Tom and Jessica.
That's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
I'm Jessica Gross.
And I'm Tom Rivas. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching SRJC News. This is Devin Lair signing off.